Hey everybody, Cowbunger here, and today I wanted to talk about some unfortunate news that was shared last night about Indie Rumble. Um, this will be just kind of like my condensed thoughts on this stuff. I don't want to, ramble on about it for too long, but before we get into anything, let's just read the statement right in front of your screen here, and then we'll get into it. Hey followers of Indie Rumble, we have some unfortunate news to share regarding the inclusion of Boyfriend in Indie Rumble. We were recently contacted by the Funkin' crew alerting us of the possibility of Boyfriend's removal from Indie Rumble. While we have tried to contact them to reach an agreement, the Funkin' crew has shown a lack of interest in this project anymore. We were not directly told to remove the character from the game, but out of respect for the team and their wishes, we decided it would be the safest to remove Boyfriend from Indie Rumble. His slot on the early access roster will be replaced by Yolk from Leap Day. We're very sorry it had to come to this, and we wish nothing but the best for the Funkin' crew. We have massive amounts of respect for each IP holder we work with, and we are still committed to making the best indie crossover game we can. We kindly ask you to refrain from contacting the Friday Night Funkin' team regarding this matter. So yeah, what are my thoughts on this? I'm not gonna lose sleep over the loss of Boyfriend. I'm not huge into Friday Night Funkin' or anything. I understand that. However, it has a huge just community of people who, for example, make mods for the game. Those are, the main things that keep people coming back to Friday Night Funkin'. And, because of the mods, there is just a huge community of people who could have potentially migrated to this game. So that's, I think, the worst part about all this is that the Indie Rumble team won't be able to now get probably a lot of money from a lot of people because, Friday Night Funkin', it had a Kickstarter recently that got over $1 million. Like, for an indie game, that's pretty insane, and I'm sure that the Friday Night Funkin' team just has so much on their plate right now. And, yeah, well, let's get into some other stuff besides, the fact that they were starting to have a lack of interest into the game. The team was recognizing that. And again, since they weren't told outright not to remove the character, right, they still felt like we should do it anyway. Because not only was there, mixed signals at some points about Boyfriend being in the game altogether, I've also seen that there was like no communication between parties when they are asking, like, for example, if they were ironing out Boyfriend's design, making his moveset and making sprites for those, making stage sprites or whatever. For all these different things, they're probably just either getting no feedback, they're getting mixed feedback, probably like, oh, I like this, but I don't like this. And obviously this message here implies just straight up, we don't feel comfortable with Boyfriend being in this game at this point, type of thing. So, with all that combined, it's been said too that this was a very hard decision for the Indie Rumble team to make, because I'm sure that they were super excited at the prospect of Boyfriend being in the game. Again, Friday Night Funkin', probably one of the most popular indie games right now, and it's a shame because, let's just go back even to the image of Boyfriend with Alex. Like, that image alone was just insane. To see the fact that these two characters are going to be in the same game, even though I'm not a fan of either game, I don't plan on ever, getting into them. But the fact that these two, like, polarizing characters were going to be in the same game, it was insane to see that. So, as long as I have Peppino in this game and he's playable, I'm going to be fine, there's still so many good IPs represented in this game that even though Boyfriend is a big loss, here's the positives. The positives are that, one, there's still going to be 20 characters in this game, which means that now there's room for a new character to appear in Indie Rumble, so that's cool. And I don't know if they're going to, have somebody who is as big as Boyfriend, but the thing about the Indie Rumble team is that their number one main thing when they're picking characters is that they look at who people want, period. That's why Alex is in the game in general. He probably got memed in, sure, but they take any request seriously. So the fact that, they got Alex in the game shows that even if a character is being memed into existence, some people are also just happy to have them in the game genuinely, and it will generate a lot of buzz for Alex to be in the game no matter what. So they look at who's being talked about all the time, and those are the main factors for them to get characters into their game. So other than that, I think another positive to this is that Boyfriend wasn't super heavily worked on. They probably did lose a good couple days of development just from this, right? Because they probably had some stuff, but thankfully Boyfriend was not worked on a ton, mainly because, again, the devs kind of seen this coming. That's probably another reason why there's not going to be a blog post in March. I think they absolutely saw this coming, and I think they said in the Discord that March was going to be built around Boyfriend at the start. And yeah, then things probably just snowballed these past couple of weeks, and it turned into this. I can't tell you why the Friday Night Funkin' crew would allow things to go this far regardless, because the game at one point was at a much worse state in terms of, say, graphics, for example. That's obviously the biggest thing that improved with this. But I know I did research, and I'm just going to tell you generally why Boyfriend was in this game in the first place. Just in general, the director of this game, Dallin, he is good friends with Ninja Muffin, and when he got finished with development of Rhythm Nights 1, which, by the way, Boyfriend is in that, and he's going to stay in that, so yeah. After he got finished with that, he moved on. He's thinking about making a platform fighting game, and he was going to make it a crossover fighting game too, but he ultimately tried a bunch of different things. It was just going to be with his characters too. He tried a bunch of different engines. None of them were working out for him. So he decided to scrap that idea and maybe turn things into a full-on crossover, not with just his characters, but have an indie crossover game, some kind of sports game, I think. Yeah, it was an indie crossover sports game, and he contacted Ninja Muffin for that, and he said yes. But then the platform fighter engine released probably sometime around then, and he then scrapped the sports game idea and said, okay, I'm going to go back to making a platform fighter now. And he probably asked, hey, I'm scrapping this game, turning it into this game. Would you still want Boyfriend to be a part of it? And Ninja Muffin was probably like, yeah, sure. And yeah, over time, I don't think we'll ever know the exact reason why, but I guess him and the other people at the Friday Night Funkin' team have decided that they're not as into this idea of him being in this type of game anymore. And that's a shame, but I guess, again, if they didn't have a ton of progress on the character, then that's good. Again, I'm much more looking forward to some other characters. I'm definitely going to be mating Peppino and probably Weltaro too, because I love Peppino as a character. I've actually never played Pizza Tower before, but I love him as a character. And I have played Downwell, and I love Will Taro. So, which is funny because I don't know if I'm going to main him in Framemakers or not, but I'm certainly going to play him a little bit, that's for sure. I'm going to play everybody in that game. I've grown attachment to just about all the characters in that game at this point, but I don't think there's much more to say, huh? It's just unfortunate, but the positives are there. I must say, just before I go though, that the Indie Rumble team, they're very passionate about this game. They were bummed that they had to remove Boyfriend from the game. So let me just say some nice things about them before I go. This team, like I said, very talented, very determined. Most importantly, they are very generous, because this game at early launch is going to have 4 characters, and it's going to be $5. And to me, that's a steal, considering the fact that over time, this game's going to have, 20 characters, 40 something stages. Like, yeah, that's going to be crazy. So that's really cool of them to release a game for $5. A lot of the devs are just working without pay right now, and this is like, it feels like a pure like passion project for this team. And not only that, but if you join the Discord server, which I will leave in the description down below, you are going to be able to get Indie Rumble for free. And I didn't even realize that when I joined, and I didn't realize it for a long time until somebody like brought it up and asked, hey, is this still happening? And they're like, yeah, of course, because they believe that, the people who are into the game from the start will spread the word about the game, and then that's how they'll make their money. That's just so freaking cool. Like, it really is. It's cool how much this comes off. It's just like, we 100% respect the people who are going to be a part of this game, whether it be the IP holders, whether it be the players, and, they take a lot of respect for their team too, because they said not only has Boyfriend been removed this month, but one of the team members left for mental health reasons, and for them to allow that to happen is really cool too, because they could absolutely hold Boyfriend hostage if they really wanted to, but there's obviously a lot of respect there between both parties. So again, if you see this video and you're mad at the Friday Night Funkin' team, just remember that they signed up for something different at the start. They allowed to see, they kind of did like a wait and see approach to see how Boyfriend would shape up within Indie Rumble. It just didn't go, the way that I guess they wanted it to, and that's perfectly fine. Don't harass anybody. Just give the Indie Rumble team some love, because they deserve it right now. They're going through some heavy changes in development here. So any encouragement to them would absolutely help them, I'm sure. So yeah, other than that, let's hope for a good future for Indie Rumble. Let's hope that from here on out, we get some very good news about this game, because the development team's working really hard. And actually, one more thing before I go. This is, after I did my last recording here, my previous recording. This is me from the future, seeing that I got 100 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You first 100, man, you guys are the real ones. So thank you so much. It's really cool to get 100 so fast. I wouldn't have been able to predict that. But to celebrate, I think for sure we're going to do a double upload today. So look forward to that. And then we might do a double upload tomorrow as well. 2 platform fighter showcases for you guys to look forward to. And then maybe on top of that, I might end up streaming Kirby in the Forgotten Land at some point. So again, look forward to that. Look forward to those maybe on the weekend. And yeah, now I'm finally done. I'll see you guys later. Bye.